Hello, everybody, and welcome to my updated Artificer character guide. I figured it was time to update the oldest actual Risk of Rain 2 video I have. The literal first video was a simple clip of me one-shotting a magma worm, and I was super pumped about it. Hey, the game just came out, and no one knew anything about good stuff, okay? It was cool at the time, alright, guys? Anyway, we'll start with an overview of her abilities, as well as some general gameplay tips, then cover some of the more useful items on her, and finally ending with some gameplay, so you can see what I'm talking about happening in real time. Let's begin with the general overview. The June update gave Artificer a passive, which allows her to hover if you hold spacebar after jumping. Honestly, the only situation I really use this is when I jump off of huge cliffs like in stage 3 or 4 and quickly hover before I hit the ground to avoid fall damage. Other than that, it's really just a gimmick and even a liability at times. If you choose to hover when you're getting attacked by brass contraptions, titans, imp overlords, and especially malachite elites, you're just asking to die. It's a cool passive, but definitely doesn't change your gameplay at all. Her M1 is a charge-based auto attack that deals quite a bit of damage. Unlike other characters, except for maybe Rex, Artificer's M1 is not her bread and butter, and therefore you just really throw them out whenever they come up. Don't worry about prioritizing attack speed and especially the burn that they cause. Just kind of throw them out whenever and you're good. Her M2, on the other hand, is an AoE nuke that requires some charging up before firing to deal maximum damage. This is your bread and butter, and I'll explain why after we finish the last two skills. Shift is a wall of ice that instantly kills any non-boss enemies that reach 30% HP or lower and while frozen. You can freeze them while they are above the execution threshold and then bring them down to 30%, and this will still insta-kill them. Finally, her R is a channeled ability that lasts 3 seconds and deals quite a lot of damage. It also ignites enemies like your M1, so its damage potential is extremely high, especially when factoring in how rapidly it hits. And that if the first hit crits, they will all crit. Not to mention its proc coefficient being 1 on all hits, and you can quickly see how the damage can ramp up. So for a general playstyle, the number one tip I can give is to always sprint. There is one big exception, and that's why you're using your R. You cannot sprint while you use the flamethrower at the same time. If you do, it will just cancel it and put it on cooldown immediately. Otherwise, whether you're throwing M1s or charging M2s, you should always be sprinting. The insane damage on her abilities means Artificer is the easiest character to get a run going, in my opinion. She absolutely steamrolls early game teleporter bosses and huge mobs of enemies alike. Literally every single one of her abilities has some AoE attached to it. Yes, even her M1 if you place it properly. So groups of mobs are no issue at all. Focus on constantly using your M2 off of cooldown and remember to sprint while charging it. Throw your ice wall out to freeze high threat targets such as golems and elder Lemurians, and remember to use its execute to take them out when they're low enough. Also, the wall itself does quite a bit of damage and can proc your on hits, so I like to throw it into a damage rotation on bosses as well, despite them not being able to be frozen and therefore executed. If you place it properly on like a queen beetle, for example, every section of the wall can hit her and end up dealing some pretty nice damage. Other than that, you just toss out M1s whenever you're not charging M2 or using your R, and that's pretty much it. Run in circles, tossing M2s, throwing some M1s, and use your R. But remember, you cannot sprint with R, and its range is quite small, so be very careful when using it in a high threat situation. If you're getting overwhelmed, it's not a bad idea to use Shift to freeze the group of enemies and then keep them at bay while you repeat this cycle. This may sound like a lot of info, but once you get into the game, you'll see what I'm talking about, and you should pick it up no problem. Let's move on to some great item synergies. Unlike other survivors, there really aren't specific offensive items that are good to the point of basically being essential, such as the ukulele is on commando and multi. Artificer has great damage and AoE in her kit, and supplementing it with simply more items is the only thing you really need to do. However, for most people, her main drawback is the lack of mobility, which is easily remedied with a wax quail. Since you should always be sprinting, the momentum boost quail gives is extremely useful and will absolutely enable you to dodge most, if not all, threats with ease. Honestly, due to the changes of on hits now dealing total damage, the fact that Artificer's M2 and R deal so much damage makes her absurdly good with anything to do with proc chains. Again, there aren't really specific items you should look for, except for maybe backup mags because your M2 is extremely powerful. Rather, just go for everything. But one exception would be to stay away from the head stomper because its super jump literally negates your hover, so if you enjoy using the hover and fit it into your playstyle quite frequently, I'd avoid the head stomper entirely. Alright, and that pretty much does it with everything on the Artificer. This was a little shorter than usual, I know that, but I'll let the gameplay here at the end speak for my playstyle and to give you a better idea on how to use her. If you enjoy what you see, you can follow me at Twitch at twitch.tv/WoolieGaming, where I regularly stream Risk of Rain 2, and also consider joining our Discord server, where we have frequent discussion on the game, some memes, and a lot more. Also, Discord is the best place to get notifications when I go live or upload a new video, so if you're looking for that, you should absolutely join the server. Thanks for watching and enjoy the gameplay. Looks like this run's starting out pretty big. We got a teddy bear printer. There's what's over here? Probably more teddy bears. Oh, literally more teddy bears. It should be all the same. That's the point of the RSS feed. There's not like different ones. Okay, there's some crit too. Holy moly. Give me that. You know what I'm looking for, game. Come on. Cough it up. Cough it up. Wait a second. That's not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. I'll take that little bit of crit, baby. Vultures, that's right. That's what I was thinking of. Let's get the trifecta, boys. Can we see the trifecta? Come on. Just hook me up. Just hit me with it. It's too early for me to care. Really, it's too early. Okay. I'll take that one. I have never been scared to fight a magma worm. Overloading worms are a little different, but not really. What do we get? 3. Is that Iceman? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this run's starting out pretty good. I have double band. Not only do I have double band, I also have 3 of the fire bands, so they do a lot more damage. Not only do I have that, but I have a clover on top of that. This run's still looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Six out of 7. Aurelia Knight does not laser you until you activate the 7th one. Now he can laser. Make sure he's lasering. All right, baby, I'm going in. I'm going in, boys. What the heck is going on? Oh my gosh. Please don't laser again. I'm taking him out. I'm going for it. Let's go. All right, easy. Easy gold portal. Give me that. At what point does the rusted key guarantee a red item? Never, actually. How that math works out. It's logarithm, like the teddy bears. You can't truly ever achieve 100%, but you can get very, 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 very close. Realistically, I think it's like 70 keys or something like that is like a 99% chance to get a red, or like 98. Something very, very high. But it's a lot. Is the answer. It's a lot. And realistically, you're not going to achieve it. It's that much. Doesn't even have to scroll to see his Steam library. Do I even play games? That's true. That's true. I'm not a real gamer, boys. Honestly, I gotta be honest. I'm always like a 1 or 2 game type of guy, where I primarily focus on one game and then I'll play another game if I get bored. And it's usually one competitive game and then one like casual game. Right now, Risk of Rain 2 is kind of feeling a niche for me because I am not burned out of competitive games, but I'm definitely not super serious about them ever since I stopped playing League of Legends and PUBG. Except I've gotten back into PUBG. I'm not taking it as seriously as I used to, but I definitely did get back into PUBG a lot. In fact, after the stream is done, boys, I'm probably going to play some more PUBG. I gotta be honest. I'm loving PUBG right now. It just feels great. Oh, I thought that was another legendary chest. But I don't have a lot of games in my Steam library because I like to stick to like 1 or 2 games, honestly. I'll play a game. Excuse me, what the heck was that? I'll stick to 1 or 2 games. I'll learn it. I'll have fun with it. If it's competitive, I'll keep playing till I get bored. And then I'll try out a different game a couple years down the line type of thing. But in the few years that I've been playing PC games a lot more frequently, yes, I've acquired a lot more than just playing a few games or like 1 or 2 new games every few months or so. I've been playing like clicker games and roguelikes and all that stuff, which those have a little bit of a shorter life cycle than like RuneScape, for example. Because I used to play a lot of RuneScape and like only RuneScape. Playing Battle Royale makes me feel nerdy. I don't know. They're fun. I like PUBG because it's the best balance of, I guess, tacticality, if you want to say it like that. Making tactical plays versus like pure shooting mechanics. I don't really like Fortnite. I played literally 1 game of Fortnite, so my sample size isn't too big. I know everyone likes to hate on Fortnite, but if you just think about it purely as an objective game, Fortnite doesn't really appeal to me that much. Number one, because it's only third person. I don't really like third person games. Or rather, in a shooter, I prefer first person shooters. You know, an exception would be Gears of War. I absolutely love Gears of War. Anyway, to me, PUBG is a great balance of like just straight up shooting mechanics. Like you have to be a good shot combined with making good decisions. You can't just rely on only your shot. So that's why I like it. Did I check up top yet? I think I did. Let's get out of here. Where is the teleporter? Over here. Missed a large chest? Where? This is a third-person shooter. Yeah, you're not wrong. Actually, it probably is. I don't know technically what Hoku calls it, but... Oh, Malachite Stone Titan. There we go. How fast can we kill him? That fast. He's dead. A Neural. Okay. I'll take a big boy Neural. You are cool. No, you're cool, Johnster. How you doing, Johnster? Is RuneScape good? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been playing RuneScape. Well, I'm taking a break right now, but man, RuneScape, woo. Talk about a game that has a lot of grind, but a lot of grind that makes sense. Like, it feels super satisfying grinding in RuneScape, man. It's an amazing game. Not to mention their quests are absolutely fantastic. And the economy is pretty good, too. I don't know. I've been playing RuneScape for many, many years. It's my childhood game. I'm probably a little biased. How are you going to get more lunar coins? If I want more lunar coins, I'll go farm them on Drizzle. I'll just do lunar coin obliteration runs where you just go to stage 6 as fast as possible and then obliterate. But I don't really ever do that because I just get more coins as I play random runs. And then I'll save them all up, and then once I have like 10 or 12 or so, I'll just spend them all in one run and then repeat. Roach OP. Yeah, double my HP right now. 4K HP. This is starting to feel like a Shrine of Order run. Maybe. Maybe. Where was the large chest you guys said I missed? 2 numbers. I want to see 2 numbers here. Make your predictions. How much damage total did I do in this run? And what was the highest single shot damage? I'm going to say I've done, what's this? Almost a 2.5 hour run. So I'm going to say I had no sleep last. Let's be conservative. 100 mil. No. I'm going to say 70 mil total damage. And my highest single shot was 160. 160K single shot, 75 mil total. That's what I said the first time. I don't know. Oh, that's a little more. Okay, so 137 mil total, 435 single shot. Boom. There we go. 27 stages. Easy game. We got the environment long, baby. All right, here's the